Hey there folks, and welcome back for another head shaving video. I'm your host CDB, you are not, and today we're going to give the Game Changer a test run on the dome. I have not used this razor for head shaving, so we'll give it a shot. I wanted to speak a little bit about DEs and head shaving. I have, I don't know, somewhere around 300 head shaves, just guessing, under my belt. I started in March of last year, and usually during the week I'll use a cart like Harry's. It tends to work best for me, but on the weekends I'll try DEs. And one of the things that I notice is with a DE, usually you only end up using just a small portion of the middle of the blade because of the curves of your head. Whereas with some of these carts, there is some blade flex and also the angle. As you're using this cart, you know, the blade angle is different from using a DE. So I don't know if it's the flex or the angle, but carts typically work better for me. And in terms of blade use, there are only a few flat areas on your head, some of the sides, you know, unless you have a block head. So at a lot of times, like I said before, during the shave, it's only using the middle part of the blade, and this just does a quicker job, an easier job for me most of the time. But we're going to try the Game Changer today and see how it goes. So let me wet the dome. We'll get started. Stay tuned. And all right, the soap we're using today is RazoRock, the Dead Sea, which you can see here. I used it for my face shaving video today, and it did a wonderful job. So I assume it will do a great job with the head as well. Remains to be seen, but I have no reason to believe it won't. All right, that should be good enough. And let's try our Game Changer to see how it goes. I really like this razor a lot for my face. You know, it doesn't feel too bad here either, but we'll see. The razor typically feels fine, you know, when I'm doing my passes. But then when I go to feel it, a lot of times the Ds just haven't done as good a job as the carts. But I must say, so far that feels pretty nice. So we'll see after our 2 or 3 passes how it actually does. Generally with the DE, what'll happen is I'll do the passes and I'll still have to clean it up with a cart because there'll be these really tough spots on the back of my head and so forth where it's just tough to get to them with a DE. It just doesn't seem to do as good a job as a cart. Now, some people do very well with DEs. I don't know. Maybe it's the shape of my head, but oftentimes I find a cart just happens to work better for me. And what you should do is use whatever works best for you. And I don't care if it's on your face or on your head. And granted, I know this is blasphemy in the wet shaving community, but once again, I do not subscribe to groupthink, and I'm not going to tell you if you're using a cart and you're happy with it that there's anything wrong with that, because there isn't. Look, the only thing wrong with it in my view is the cost. Now, also for some people, multi-bladed carts tend to tug and pull at hairs, and mostly that's due to trying to extend the life of a blade, but they just don't work well for some people. And if they don't work well, you know, use what does. And I don't care what it is. It's all about you, essentially. Use what works best for you, and do not worry about what other people have to say about it. Do not even give it a second thought. All right, excellent first pass. Stay tuned. We'll come back for pass 2. All right, here we go. Pass number 2. Pass number 1 was very nice. No problems. No bubbles, no troubles, as I like to say. But we'll see at the end of the shave if I've gotten to the same level that I get to with the cart, and I suspect not, to be honest with you. But then again, I very well may. I can tell you that this feels very nice so far. It feels like it's doing a very nice job. So if you are a DE shaver on your head and you're already using, say, the Mamba, and you think it's a little mild for you, this is probably going to be really nice for you. And see, that feels quite good. But in a lot of the spots, only that mid portion of the razor's in contact with my head. So that's sort of the reason that carts tend to work better for me personally for head shaving. And they don't work bad for face shaving either. I still prefer a DE for face shaving. But for head shaving, I must say, carts tend to do a little better job just for me. But this feels nice. No problems at all. Not cutting any of the little bumps or anything that I have on my head so far. I probably just jinxed myself, but that's okay. We'll survive in any event. Probably just do 2 passes here because I just want to feel how I've done. And I will say it's a really smooth shaver, both on the face and on the head, so feels pretty doggone good, excuse me. All right, so look like I did see a little streak of blood there. I did nick a bump I have on the back of my head there, but that's not the fault of the razor. That is a bump that's normally not there. It's actually an ingrown hair on the back of my neck here, so that's what that's from. Well, let's rinse the dome and see how we did. Stay tuned. All right, and here we are back with the RazoRock Game Changer. The verdict is it did a very nice job. I did have to do a little cleanup with the cart, but I would say with respect to this head, a better head shaver, in my view, than the Mamba. More efficient. It worked very, very well. Still, I think a cart works better for me. However, if you use the Mamba or something to the like for head shaving, you're looking for a little more aggressiveness, this guy will do the trick. I'm very impressed with this razor overall. Not going to slap witch hazel or aftershave on the dome because I'm going to jump in the shower and then I'll slap it on after that. But I want to thank all of you for watching me once again. Until next time, I've been your host, CDB. You're not.